What is going on, everyone? Anthony here, and welcome back to another movie collection update. And this is going to be the first movie collection update in a couple months, as I've accumulated some decent goodies here and there. So every time I thought I was ready to film this, I kept getting some more stuff. So I was like, let me hold off a little bit longer, Sometimes it happens like that. There's never really like a, an idea in mind in terms of like when I want to put these out or record them. I just want to accumulate some stuff, and then I like to record it. With movies, it depends. Some months are, hotter with releases than others, and some aren't. But, yeah, this is what I picked up the last couple months, and I hope you guys stick around and check it out. The first boutique label that we have here is Vinegar Syndrome, and I picked this one up at the Chiller Theater in New Jersey. This is the Mark Patton's documentary Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street, and this is about his experience making the film before and after, and this is just a killer slipcover. As you see, it opens up just like this. Has the pink slipcover with the eye in the back, which is actually really cool looking. So I have not opened this up yet, but I heard it's a great documentary, so I definitely want to check it out, and I picked that up at Chiller Theater. So the next collection of movies was actually all in one box from Vinegar Syndrome. The package finally arrived, I think it was in middle of June, and I was able to crack it open just to make sure everything was in there. I haven't watched a lot of this stuff yet, but I want to get into it and do individual reviews on a series that I want to start here really soon. Now, this right here is Voyage of the Rock Aliens. Now, I heard this one is actually pretty crazy, just judging from the crazy slipcover art. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it just looks like there's a bunch of rocker guys in space, a jukebox, a chick with vinyl around her arms and legs. I mean, this thing looks kind of crazy. This is the original little slip I put in here, a little sleeve, I should say. But this one is a story of a guy and a girl and an alien, and the one night they will always remember. So, yeah, I don't really know. It just says a group of aliens in a guitar-shaped spaceship are on the hunt to find the true source of rock and roll. It sounds pretty crazy. I want to check this out. Voyage of the Rock Aliens. Okay, so that sounds another crazy Vinegar Syndrome title. Now, this one is actually a double feature Vinegar Syndrome title. We have Stanley with Har High. So this is one of those double feature slips, which is really cool because it even has the titles on the side, It's actually kind of cool. And as you can see, that's what it looks like here. So these are like, early 70s, it looks like. These are both from the 70s, 72 and 73. So I am looking forward to checking out this, cheesy double feature. The cover looks awesome. And, I love the little descriptions they put on here. I like this: caution, persons suffering from fear of snakes should consult their physician before attending. It's just classic. So I got to check that out. That was also in the package here. And then we also got Scared to Death. And I can't actually show the back of this here because there's like half-naked women on it. Because again, this kind of came in the package here. But yeah, I'll show you the front here. So there you go. This one came out in 1980. So there you go. Scared to Death. And again, I plan on reviewing some of these and checking some of these out. The next one is one that I actually have not seen, but this is actually fucking hilarious, just because of the case alone, but I'll show you in a second. This is Miami Connection. Miami Connection, and it has this back part here as well, which is really nice. This is a killer packaging. I love this. Look at this. Now, the only thing that looks a little weird is his face on here. That looks a little odd. But yes, and in the back here of the slip, so we got the slip and the 4K Ultra of Miami Connection, a movie that I've never seen. I heard it's pretty crazy. I've heard you had to have, a few beers before checking it out or watching it at the same time. But Miami Connection, this is just one of those movies that were in that package. I wanted to check it out, and I got it. 4K Vinegar Syndrome. This next one I actually really want to check out with my girlfriend, Callie, because she wants to check this out too. And this is a great edition here by Vinegar Syndrome, and this is Cloak and Dagger. Look at that. We got the thick boy here. It opens up. Look at that. Boom. It's got the Ultra 4000. It has a booklet too, but look at this. Very reminiscent of an Atari case here. Look at this. Boom. Got the 4K Ultra. And then this has... This is kind of cool in here. Look. Game over. And then a booklet here, which has a bunch of screenshots and grabs and information about the film, which is just awesome. So, Universal owns this, and the fact that Vinegar Syndrome was, you know, putting out this edition, when I saw that, I was like, that's actually really fucking cool. And I love this artwork. I thought they actually did a really good job with this release. I love the case. The quality is awesome. I haven't actually checked out the picture and the transfers on these yet. I still have to get around to watching them, but I wanted to obviously, you know, kind of dig into my pickups one at a time. So these are kind of lower on the list because I still got to watch other stuff that I picked up. And last but not least for Vinegar Syndrome in this video, we have Thriller, A Cruel Picture. And I can't show the back of this on camera, but we do have two editions in here. Thriller, A Cruel Picture, which is the uncut, you know, as Deadpit would say, they call her Brown Eye edition. And then you have, they call her One Eye edition, which is the English dub. And it has the sex scenes cut out of it. And I can show you this back here. So I don't even know what I can show you and what I can't show you, because there's some questionable things in here. It's a good movie, though. This I've actually seen a couple times, and I did pick up the Synapse release as well. I like this one, too. This is probably my favorite right here. I love that cover. And these are actually in 4K. I've heard the differences are very small because they're not like, you know, it's not like you could do much with a 16mm film. But, you know, it's still cool that they are giving it a treatment, and I love this case. I know they're putting this out in a, you know, standalone single case edition or something like that, or maybe a double disc, because this is now sold out. So it is sold out, but obviously I got everything in the package. So that is Thriller, A Cruel Picture, and that is all for the Vinegar Syndrome on this collection update. And let's move on to Scream Factory. The first thing I got from Scream Factory here is Escape from New York. And this I actually did not own on Blu-ray. So a little story about, you know, what I've actually done with some of my Blu-rays. You know, like I have some of these movies. Some of them I have on DVD. Some of them I don't even own at all. And a lot of times when I see these companies putting out these 4Ks so soon, is I end up picking them up because I don't even own the Blu-ray of them. So Escape from New York was, you know, was one that I had to have. And this one I actually checked out the transfer, and it looks killer. I mean, for someone like myself that I've seen it before, you know, I've had it on DVD, you know, even I think I even had a VHS at one point. This has the Blu-ray special features, and it also has the Blu-ray disc, of course, and the 4K Ultra disc, which is right there. And the transfer is actually solid. I thought the Scream Factory actually did a really good job, and they carried over, you know, all the features and stuff, the commentary tracks, stuff like that. For me, not having the Blu-ray and the fact that this has the original cover artwork on the slip, I couldn't go wrong. So that is Escape from New York. So next up here, I have The Craft, and this is from Scream Factory as well. I actually didn't own this on Blu-ray at all. I owned an old VHS or DVD of this, and I didn't have it on Blu-ray. So when I saw they had the restoration, I was like, let me check it out. I know that this is, you know, this went through some either disc replacement program or there was problems with it. I did hear about that shortly after the release. Some people are upset about that. I didn't even open up out of the shrink wrap yet, so I don't really have an opinion on the transfer, but I just wanted to own it just to have it. So, you know, I am a fan of the movie, and, you know, the cast is awesome. You know, I love the aesthetic of this film. You know, it definitely screams 90s, and yeah, I just had to pick it up on 4K. So there you go, Scream Factory with The Craft. So the next label we're going to jump into is Severin. And this first one here, I actually got when I met up with my buddy Garrett. over at Born to Be Rad, and this was the first time I actually met him at the convention. You know, he's from Rhode Island, and he always goes to the Jersey shows, so I was able to actually meet up with him shortly before we headed over to the Severin table, and it's a good thing that we did, because there was only, I think, 3 copies left, or 4 copies, maybe 3 copies left, and Garrett was with his buddy, and, you know, we're all part of the Dead Pit universe. We're all Dead Pit fans. You know, Garrett's always on the Dead Pit shows. You know, shout out to the originators, Dead Pit Radio, always holding it down. They're the OGs. We all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And it was awesome to finally meet someone through this, you know, this whole content endeavor that also is into the movies just like I am, and does all of the content as well. You know, because I've met all of Resident Evil fans and other horror fans at Monster Mania and stuff like that, which is another convention that, you know, I volunteer at. But it was really cool to actually just meet Garrett, and that was just a great little story out of this here. But I wanted to explain that because we went to the table. This right here is signed by Xandar Vorkov. I probably butchered it. This is Dracula V Frankenstein. Look at that. And this is an exclusive to the convention. This is a Severin exclusive that was only sold at the Chiller convention. So you might be like, where the fuck can I find this? Well, you can't. But it also has Brain of Blood on it. So it's a double feature disc. So this was actually a certain price point. I think it was like $50 or something like that if you got this, and it was for his signature, because Dracula himself from this movie, Xandar Vorkov, was there signing. And again, I probably butchered his name, but while I'd never seen the movie or knew who he was a really nice guy, and he signed the Blu-ray. He actually kind of misspelled Dracula and then fixed it. You can't really see it here, but he was like, oh, I'll tell your friends about how I misspelled Dracula. So I haven't checked out the movie yet, but it looks like something right up my alley. So I am super excited to check it out. And the double feature, which is called, it's a double feature with Brain of Blood. So I haven't checked that out yet. So yeah, that's another little cool story with that. And thanks, Garrett, for, you know, being awesome. And hopefully we'll be able to, you know, hang out again at another convention, man. The next one that I got was also from the Severin table that same day. And this one I always wanted, never owned it before, have seen it, and it's Don't Go in the House. Which, you know, this guy has a big-ass oven in his house, basically, and he burns women alive. And, of course, you take the slip off, and it's the classic front cover here. This is a Blu-ray, and I am, you know, I am kind of excited to really dive into this, because just looking at these features, you got The Burning, which is an alternative TV cut of this, which is funny because there's a movie called The Burning. They got the locations, they got the commentary track, they got the archival commentary. I mean, Severin did a really good job with this, and I've heard it's actually a really good transfer. So for someone like me that doesn't have the DVD or the previous Blu-rays, if there even was one, I don't think so, I wanted to check out the Blu-ray from Severin, so that's one right there. And that's all I got from Severin. So the next one up is the only one I have from Kino Lorber, and that is Savage Sisters, which is a great little grindhouse flick. I forgot they were even putting this out. I saw it on Blu-ray.com, and of course I got the classic cover on the front here when you flip it around. This one has, you know, a good audio commentary track on it that I checked out. Usually Kino likes to put those little tracks on there from, you know, film historians or people that, you know, are into the film or related to it in some way. But this is a fun little film. It's not the most, like, entertaining grindhouse film. It kind of messes around with, you know, women in prison and that kind of vibe, but it also is just kind of like, you know, over the top fun action with some bad acting, some good acting. Sid Haig makes an appearance in this thing, but I always loved the trailer for this thing back in the day, and I wanted to own it. I saw Kino was putting it out. It was only like $11 or $12 or something like that. So there you go. That's Savage Sisters. And the transfer on that I did check out, and it looks great. 2K transfer. Thought they did a great job. Now the next one I have up on here is Criterion. I don't own a lot of Criterion releases. The only other one I actually own is Night of the Living Dead, and that looks crazy. That is like the best release of that film, period. But this right here is one of my favorite blaxploitation films, and Criterion was finally putting it out, and you might know what it is. It is Shaft. And this Dolby Vision HDR looks fucking killer. Criterion knocked it out of the park. It has a bunch of features, a bunch of content on here. You get the 4K plus 2 extra discs. I mean, well, you know, Blu-ray and then the extra discs, but still, just a killer release. You open it up, it's got the little booklet in here. I'll show you what the discs look like right in there. I love the artwork on this. And then the little booklet in here just kind of shows you the little history here, and it folds out. It's got like this long ass little history in here, which is cool. I mean, this is all part of it here. It's all part of the packaging. And again, that's what kind of makes Criterion's, you know, special and unique with some of their releases. And this 4K did not disappoint. You know, it actually kind of made me get the little itch to grab some more Criterion on 4K, to be honest with you. But I got to look into some of the other titles that I think that, you know, I'll be into, looking at their, you know, their crazy lineup of stuff they have. But yeah, that's the only one I got from Criterion, and it was a great release. So this other releasing I actually have is from Grindhouse Releasings, which I normally don't pick up from in terms of like their actual website. I've gotten their stuff through other websites before, but this one I actually ordered directly from them, and I wasn't disappointed because it shipped really quick. And I'm kind of covering up the case here just in case to save my own ass, but this is Death Game. And this is a film that I actually haven't seen. This is a 4K restoration, new interviews, all that good stuff, and this looks insane. So it's a movie that I wanted to check out. I actually didn't get it on the first run. I know it's sold out. It came with like an additional something, another extra item. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me. And I missed out on that. Got it on the second run, and I don't know if it's sold out now. It should still be on there, considering, you know, it's always the first runs that initially sell out. But yeah, so that is Death Game. So I will be checking that out. And last but not least, a 4K that I actually didn't check out yet, but I did see the movie, Batman. So I normally do collect a lot of Best Buy Steelbooks. There hasn't been much recently in the Best Buy Steelbook realm that I've wanted, but this came out, you know, I think, I want to say, when did this 4K Steelbook come out? May? Maybe April or May, I think this Steelbook came out. I know the movie came out in March, but yeah, I didn't think it was that bad of a movie, but I didn't like it as much as like other people liked it, but I want to give it another chance. I have the 4K, and I still am a Batman fan, so I definitely want to pop this in and check it out. Give it another chance. Not that the first viewing was bad by any means, and it was good enough that where I wanted to actually check it out again, you know what I mean? So I actually really want to dive into that again. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this movie collection update, and stay tuned for so much more content. There's a lot of stuff that I have planned, a lot of reviews that I have planned, and just all around content galore on, you know, as you guys know, on LTRE, that's my other channel, Let's Talk Resident Evil, and this channel, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming, so thank you guys so much for your patience, and stay tuned, because I have more info coming out soon about my brand new horror short, my fan film, my Halloween fan film. Yes, Michael Myers Halloween fan film that I'm doing. That is something that's been, you know, in the editing process for a little bit now, and I'm able to show you some stuff very soon, since I've been chipping away at it. So thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think down in the comments of my pickups. Let me know what you picked up, or if there's any other things that you think I should check out from some of these boutique labels and so on. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch everyone in the next one. Take care.